Not all success stories have happy endings. Sometimes the rich and famous have inspiring rags to riches stories. Other times, these fallen stars lose their way and end up lost, desperate, or homeless. Blame it on drug abuse, chronic illness, poor financial planning, or just bad luck. Here are the heartbreaking stories of stars who had nowhere else to turn but shelters and the streets. Butler found her rise to stardom in the ABC sitcom Grace Under Fire, but during the show, she battled a recurring drug addiction and spent time in rehab. After Grace was canceled in 1998, Butler moved out of LA and onto a farm in Georgia where she lived with 15 pets. When the money ran out, she turned to a homeless shelter for cover. Kidder, the actress who played Superman's love interest Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeve-era films, was once a Hollywood star who dated bigs like Richard Pryor and Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. According to Daily Finance, Kidder battled schizophrenia and manic depression and even refused treatment at one time. Kidder slept in cardboard boxes and backyards around Los Angeles in 1996, with her front teeth missing and her hair hacked off. A disheveled Kidder announced to the Glendale, Calif. woman whose yard she occupied, "I may not look like it, but I'm Margot Kidder." Randy Quaid is the star of numerous films, yet for some reason he has been having troubles with the law in recent years. First, he and his wife were charged with skipping out on a hotel bill of over $10,000. Now it seems that they are completely without a home, as they were caught squatting in the guest house of a property that they used to own. In 2010, the New York Post reported that the former boxing champion was sleeping in a Howard Johnson Express in the Bronx. In the 80s and 90s, Barkley made around $5 million, but eventually lost those earnings. Barkley was then forced to move in with his niece living in the Patterson Houses, a public housing development in the Bronx. When she evicted him, the former boxing star slept in subway cars before ending up at Howard Johnson. Former American Idol contestant Alex Lambert is currently homeless, living out of his car in Los Angeles. Lambert moved to law from Texas to pursue a musical career after scoring a spot on American Idol. When he failed to win, he didn't give up on his dream to become a working musician. He poured everything into it. He has been quoted as saying that he would rather live in his car here than go back home and give up. Bonaduce became famous at the age of 11 in the television series The Partridge Family, starring as the middle son, Danny Partridge. Following the end of the series, Bonaduce's late teens and 20s involved drug abuse and even a period of homelessness. On his own radio show on August 4, 1997, the actor told listeners that he had lived in his car behind Grauman's Chinese Theater for a time, while being greeted by fans and autograph seekers. In the 90s, Lyonne was all over the screen in But I'm a Cheerleader, Slums of Beverly Hills, and American Pie, but her promising career was derailed after a series of encounters with the law. Sarah Vilkemerson at Inside Movies reports. In 2001, Lyonne was arrested for a DUI, and in 2004, she was charged with mischief, trespass, and harassment of a neighbor and the neighbor's dog. These incidents were followed by a 2005 hospitalization for a variety of ailments, including a collapsed lung and hepatitis C. She was eventually evicted from a friend's townhouse and ended up living on the streets. Since then, Lyonne has tried to revitalize her acting career. I hope you enjoy the video. If you did so, hit like and subscribe to the channel.